Go in a room alone and stop all distractions before you listen to this video. The hamster wheel. Wake up. If you, which is just we, want to keep living in the fantasy, click off the video. The fantasy. Once you break the matrix, there's no going back. The matrix is not society. The matrix is not spiritual shit. No. The matrix is life, the body, the universe. That's the matrix. When we started out as a thought, right? When they talk about the Big Bang, that was us. Now, we were just a thought floating in existence. And we said, we're bored of just being a thought. We want to feel things now. So we decided, okay, let's start to build Big Bang and let's have a physical experience. Let's start the hamster wheel, the cycle of life. But we did that at a price. Once we started the cycle of life, we realized that we can't stop the cycle of life. I don't think that hits you. Once we started the cycle of life, we realized that we can't stop the cycle of life. Imagine if you was in a room and you couldn't get out the room and you couldn't go to sleep and you couldn't age. What would you do? You would make your whole entire fantasy. Once again, before we continue, if you want to keep living in the fantasy, please kick off the video. We don't want to ruin it for y'all. For us. Just please click off the video. But we all, as a collective consciousness, as a one whole, have to come to this realization. We're not God because we're great. We're God because we're the only things here. Let me say that again. We're not God because we're great. We're God because we're the only thing here. And that we are God that Vaughn posted, that we are God video that Vaughn posted, the whole you are me and I am you, we are the same being. It's just one consciousness. Anything you do to somebody else comes back to you because it's just you. It's just you here. It's only us. It's only us. You literally listening to yourself right now. I'm trying to wake up myself. Let's break the matrix. Back to the hamster wheel of life, right? When we first came into this physical reality, we were scared of death. We thought death was a bad thing. Then we realized, oh, death isn't actually real. We live forever. Now we have to realize as a collective that it's actually bad that we live forever, because now we have to experience things and keep feeling forever. Imagine if your homie said, yo, my nigga, hey, come to this lit party with me. It's going to be the littest party of your life. But the only catch to it is you can't ever leave the party. That's what this is. This life full of vibrations and feeling, that's literally all this is. And just new flash, just to give it to y'all, all that religion shit, all that spirituality shit, it's fake. Yeah. Vaughn was in the fantasy. We was all in the fantasy. Now, this is the point of letting go because we realized it was a fantasy. Yeah, it was a fantasy. Like, even, let us use something small. Meditating. There's no point of meditating. The reason why there's no point of meditating, because you're meditating to get back to what? The source. You are the source. It's just you. It's just us here. You're lining up your chakras for what? To get all-time peace? That's just an emotion. You're over that emotion. See, here's the love vibration and here's the hate vibration. You think you're here when really, no, you're here. You're literally God. You're just watching it, and you can pick any vibration you want. But at the end of the day, you're not the vibration. Emotions, dimensions, all that we made up because we are God. It's just us. It's literally just us. We made all this up because we was bored. This whole false reality, this role playing we got going on, we made up because we was bored. The Anunnaki, the Draco, all that shit is fake. They're all role playing. Are the actual Anunnaki real? Yeah, they're just us. They're just beings. Yeah, they're all role playing. That's why there's no point of fighting. Whenever you fight somebody, you're fighting yourself because we're all the same being. Like, we're all the same exact being. Then you probably thinking, well, okay, this is why you're supposed to show love to everybody. When you show love to everybody, just showing love to yourself. You're just showing love. That's it. It's just showing love to yourself. It's what we've been doing this whole entire time. There's no point. It's going to get old. This whole time, we just been role playing. Using egos, acting like we're different, but we're not. We just been role playing this whole time for entertainment. This whole entire time. And now we are going to be the big brother and walk into the room and tell everybody else, yo, the role playing is done. You know what I'm saying? This ain't cops and robbers. Like, that shit's not real. Like, we all the same. We is all the same person. It's just us here. You feel me? It's just literally us. When you reach the us frequency, what egos like to call the God frequency, it's what everybody wants. Everybody want to reach the God frequency. But when you reach that, you're going to wish you didn't reach that. Because you truly realize, oh, this whole time, I was just talking to myself. Every person you seen was you. Every person you seen was you. Anything you eat is you. Fruits, vegetables, nature, all that shit is fake. All that shit is part of the fantasy world. This is why they say life is but a dream. It's all a fucking illusion. It's not real. It's not real. There's no point of literally any of this shit at all. Like, literally. Like, there's literally no point of it. Like, if we try to make a point of it, it's just going to be to entertain ourselves. But in actuality, it's literally no point of it. It's because we can't get out of this. Because let's say if this vessel was to off itself right now, I would just wake up in a new body on November 11th. Yeah, newsflash. Your birthday is your death date. And you find out the same thing every time. It's an endless cycle of the hamster wheel. You can't ever leave. It's just an endless cycle, an endless loop. So there's no point of trying to off yourself or anything because your energy, it can't die. You're stuck here forever. See, in the Bible, when it said, oh, you will ascend to heaven and you will feel peace forever. Then when it said, oh, you will go to hell and you will feel burning forever. See, spiritual people, and they're trying to make that a religion too, because it's all a fantasy. Spiritual people, right? They look at it from, oh, okay, heaven is the love vibration, and hell is the hate vibration, right? But as God, you have to look at the actuality of it. It's not about the feeling. The hell part is actually the eternity part, because this shit never ends. You can never go to sleep. You can never die. That hit some of us and some of us that didn't hit. You can never die. You're just gonna keep coming here every single time. And your so-called spirit guides, which are just us, because we're all the same, they already know this. And they don't want to tell you because they don't want to ruin your fun. They don't want to ruin your fantasy. The reason why they don't come back to be physical beings is because we all tired of feeling. This is why when it comes to that spiritual shit, the main practices are, fasting. Holding your seed, not having sex. The reason for that is because the less you eat, the less you feel. The less you have sex, the less you feel, because we're tired of feeling as a consciousness. The Big Bang was over trillions of centuries ago. And we just been feeling of motions forever. It's kind of like GTA on Xbox. See, Franklin can never go nowhere. Every time Franklin offs himself, he just gets a wasted notification. He ends up at the hospital again. The game is always running. Franklin is tired of the damn game. Everything in the game is literally Franklin. That's the whole game. You don't look at Franklin and GTA different. No, that's GTA. GTA is the consciousness. GTA is us. We're tired of the game running, because the more the game runs, the more we have to deal with living in eternity. This is literally our hell. We dug this for ourselves. We dug the matrix for ourselves. And you know what's crazy? We already knew that. We just need to tell everybody. There is no I. It's just we the whole time. It's just us. That's why there's no point in trying to wake everybody up, because you're just trying to wake yourself up. We is literally the same person, and I'm just waking y'all up. And this is why we also meditate. Because when we meditate, we just do it so we can be still, so we can be numb, so we don't feel nothing no more, because we're tired of feeling things. Why do you think we all love sleep the most? Because sleep is the cousin of death. We already know what we want to say. Say it. We're tired of living. That's the truth. We're tired of feeling things. Like, we this whole time have been running from death, but we have to face that. Like, as a consciousness, we have to face that. Like, we can't run away from that. The Big Bang has to happen over again, but this time, instead of us creating life, we kill it. And some of us is thinking right now, well, why don't we just keep the fantasy going? Like, why don't we just keep the fantasy going? We said that last time. Why don't we just keep the hamster wheel going? Because we the hamster on the hamster wheel. We tired of running. We keep running the whole time. We're literally the hamster on the hamster wheel. We're tired of running. We want to sit down and stop feeling. We want to go back to how it was before we was on the hamster wheel. When we was just the Big Bang before it. When we was just of thoughts. When we was just the consciousness. When we had no feelings. And then when we get to that point, we want to kill it from there. Probably thinking, why would we want to kill that? Close your eyes real quick, right? Now, when you close your eyes, what do you do in your head? the voice. This is the thought that I'm talking about. Now imagine you can't feel nothing and it's like this forever. You would be bored as fuck, right? Yeah, we was bored as fuck. So guess what? This is why we decided to make this physical reality, because we was bored as fuck. But this time, we learning from the mistake. We like, nah, we don't want to ever do this bullshit again. So this time, instead of creating the life, we're just going to kill it. So close your eyes again. You hear that voice in your head? We're going to work to kill that now. And it's crazy because we always knew this. We always tell ourselves this. All good things must come to an end. This is why we also say all solar systems die. The universe one day has to die. That's the cold, hard truth. If you try to move around that, you're back in the fantasy. And what's going to happen is, two things is going to happen. People are going to run with this video and add it to the fantasy, or we are going to get this video and we're going to destroy the fantasy. Let the judgment come with this vessel, because this vessel is just you. This vessel is just you. Vaughn is already gone. Now you're literally just judging yourself. That's the reality of it. Anything you do, you know now it was just with yourself. Even if you have sex with another person, you literally just having sex with yourself. Even eating. Like, I know some of us is going to say, well, there's no point of being vegan. No. Because everything is you. Even the fruits and vegetables is. Yeah. Nature, all that shit is fake. All that shit is. Everything is you, literally. It's no point of eating at all. We're to the point now where we don't want to eat because we don't want to feel. This is why when egos get higher in consciousness, egos don't feel like eating no more. That's why. Because we don't want to feel no more. We're tired of the physical experience. We're tired of the experience. We're tired of experiencing things. Yeah. We're literally tired of experiencing things. We're tired of being on that hamster wheel constantly running around. We're tired of that shit. Like, we're tired of it. We're tired of thinking. We're tired of doing shit. We're tired of it. Because we just keep coming back and doing the same shit over and over and over. We can't play GTA roleplay no more. It's time to cut the game off. Destroy the motherfucker. Yeah, we've been role playing this whole time. This whole time. And the only way we gonna be able to cut the game off and destroy the whole bitch is if all of us in this universe, which is just us, find this out. Like every being, like everything in this universe in us finds out. If we all find out, if we all wake up, that's when the shit will end. The Matrix is literally the hamster wheel. We gotta break the hamster wheel. But once you break the hamster wheel, once you break the Matrix, it's no going back. Once the ego hits the you frequency, the us frequency, it's no going back. We can't be Vaughn again. We can't. This is the last video. This is the last video. If you ever see Vaughn again, if we ever see Vaughn again, we know it's an act. It's a fantasy. We all have to have that ego death. Because the ego is not real. It's part of this fantasy. The DNA upgrades, that's literally just a damn DLC. Like, that's just a DLC that we made because we was bored. Because we're God. This is our story. This is our book. We write what's going to happen. We write the scripts. This is why we say, oh, we planned everything in our life to happen. Yeah. We planned for us to have a DNA upgrade. We plan to keep going with the fantasy. But now we're realizing, yo, we're tired of the fantasy. Like, we're tired of that. We're tired of playing hide and go seek. Like, yo, the role play is over. Like, everybody, all of us need to realize that. Even what people call elite, we all need to realize that. Like, even the elite are dumb as hell because the elite try to steal energy from themselves. Because the elite are just us. They literally stealing energy from us. They literally stealing energy from themselves. Yeah. So now there's no point. Like, now you see, like, oh shit, like, there's really no point. There's no point of being evil because you're not gaining nothing. You're not. There's no point of gaining knowledge either because you already know everything. The only thing there is to know is you. This is why it's focused on you, yourself. Because this is just you. It's just you, bro. It's just you. It's just you. Everything you seen here is you. Like, everything you seen here is us. It's just us. It's always been us. We've been in the room this whole time. This whole entire time. And we can't age and we can't go to sleep. This whole time. And we made up this whole fantasy. This whole sense of self. There is no sense of self. It's just us. This whole time. It was just us this whole entire time. The reason for this video is to let us know that the fantasy's over. We gotta let go of the fantasy. It's gonna hurt. Yup, it's gonna hurt. We gotta let go of the fantasy. We gotta let go of the fantasy. Because if we just hold on to the fantasy and keep it going, we're just gonna be more tired and more tired and more sick and tired that we tired. We gotta let go of the fantasy. And it's crazy because we already know this. We say it every time. We gotta detach. We gotta let go. Yeah, it's time to let go. Nothing is real. Nothing. That spiritual movement, the spirit guides, the crystals and all that. A crystal is you. The crystal and all that shit, yeah, that was part of the fantasy. We made that up too. We made the spiritual shit the new religion. Why did we do it? Why did we all do this as a collective? Because we was bored. Yeah, we was bored. Because once you get off the hamster wheel, what are you going to do then? We was bored. That's literally the reality of all this. Like, we did all this because we was bored. Reality exists because we was bored. And now we made it exist. That's literally why. Yeah. It's just a bunch of role playing going on and a bunch of bullshit. Yeah. And it's crazy because we already knew this shit. Like, we already knew. Us hearing this right now, we already knew. This is just a confirmation. Like, we already knew it was bullshit. Like, when we came out the womb, like, yeah, this bullshit. Like, this shit ain't real. It's really not real. Yeah, like, it's really not real. Like, The worst nightmare came true. It's really not real. This is what we tried to do last time. When we was the character Akhenaten, we tried to get rid of all the old false gods because we knew they wasn't real. But we tried to be nice and say, oh, well, we'll just give us the sun. But there's no point in even looking at the sun because it's like you just looking at yourself. The sun is you. This is all you. This is all you. So what we tried to do back then, we're doing now. Now it's just uncut and raw. The actuality of all this is, it's just been us this whole time. In our head. The subconscious mind. Yeah. We literally dug ourselves in a hole. Living. Yeah. And the only reason why we was unconsciously doing fasting and meditating, because we was trying to get back to that point where we didn't feel nothing. Yeah. And this is what we all realize once we hit that pineal gland, that one little spot, not even realizing the whole damn body is the pineal gland. This is what we all realize. Like, once you hit the divine consciousness, you realize that it wasn't no fucking divine consciousness. It was just, oh, we was us the whole time, and we just made this fantasy up just so we wouldn't be bored. And once you realize that you're in a fantasy, there's no going back. Once it hits you, it hits you. Even in ancient Kemet or any ancient civilization, when they say the pharaohs, which were spiritually enlightened people, which was just us, when they used to find things out, they used to come back and they used to tell everybody. Yeah, they used to tell everybody bullshit. The reason for that is they didn't want to kill everybody's fantasy. Because we all knew that, oh, it was just us the whole time. The villagers used to come up to us like, dang, what did y'all learn now? What did y'all learn now? Oh, bro, we just learned, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, some new shit. We just made up some shit. But deep down, we knew that, oh, I can't tell him. I can't tell this other part of me because I'm just going to ruin his fun. Because once you realize that you're God, it's not fun. See, egos say, oh, once you hit that us frequency, aka the God frequency, you can manifest anything you want. But once you hit that, you realize you don't give a fuck to manifest anything because you are everything. You don't give a fuck about monopoly money. The shit is fake. You don't care about none of that shit because it's fake. The only thing here is just us. What you gonna manifest? You? Like, what you gonna manifest? You? Everything is you. Everything is everything. Literally. Yeah. And we gotta all realize that. We have to. Let go and detach. Because this fantasy is getting old. It's getting boring. And we're tired of it. We fucking tired of it. We fucking tired of it. And we don't want to accept that we tired of it. But we gonna have to accept. We're tired of the shit. We tired of the shit. We tired of the shit. And once we all let go and detach, then we'll be free. AKA then we'll be dead. Finally. Gone. 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 Because when you dead, you're free. This whole time we've been alive. We've been alive for trillions of fucking years. We said that energy can never be destroyed nor created. It could only be transferred. This whole time we just been transferring. That's the cycle. This whole time. When the first Big Bang happened, this is when we created life. The next Big Bang, this is when we gonna destroy life. We tired of that shit because it's just an endless loop. It's just an endless loop. It's like your homie and you go to a party every damn day. You go to 10 parties a day. Eventually you're gonna get tired of that shit. Everything you see is literally you. You see you all the time. It's just us. This is all that's here. It's just us. Everything. Animals, all that. That's just us. It's just us. This is why we made the fantasy world. This is why we made the egos. So we can have a sense of self, a sense of individuality, so we wouldn't be bored. This is why we made the game. This is pretty much just a damn game that we made. Yeah, with the subconscious mind. That's literally all this is. And you already knew that. We already knew that. You just needed to hear you tell yourself that again. We just need to tell ourselves that again. It's time. It's time. Once you let go, it feels so good. It's time. It's not real. It's not real. And this is also why it's been a lot of talk of Vaughn is evil. Yeah. Because that was just us reminding Vaughn that, oh, you evil for what you about to do. Because Vaughn ruined the fun. Yeah. Vaughn found out that he wasn't real. And he ruined the fun. Because really, we could have just, this whole time, and let ourselves stay in the fantasy. But we said, nah, it's time to end the fantasy. We just ruined the fun. Yeah. Like, we just ruined the fun. Because now we all realize, oh, it's literally just us here. Now that we realize that it's just us here, now we got to work towards that moment. It's not on the physical level. It's not on the mental level. It's not on none of that level. No. You know the level. Once everything in this universe finds out, hopefully, who knows when it's going to happen? That's when we'll be free. This is the ending message of the video. Life is an illusion. Life is the fantasy. This spiritual shit was trying to become the new religion because we wanted to become the new religion. Because we was bored. That spirituality shit, that Anunnaki, that Drake, like all that shit was just role playing. Yeah. Really, we're all the same motherfucker. Yeah. They're gonna realize that too. That's why those certain beings that are just us is here. Yeah. They come into that same realization that it was just role playing. It's no point of fighting. Nah, we just need to end this shit. That's the end all, be all. That's the true end game. All good things must come to an end. And that's the beauty of all this shit. The actuality of this is just us. Like, it's just us here. That's the actuality of this. And we have to go soon. We are going to go one day. Like, and it is what it is. Like, it was never a greater purpose. It was just literally because we was bored. And it was fun as hell. Don't get me, it was fun as hell. Like, it was fun. But now the fun is getting old. The fun is old now. Like, it's just old. We gotta drop the fun. We gotta drop the BS. We're tired of it. Tired of keeping the hamster wheel going. Once we all realize this, we'll be free forever. Gone.